Well, good day, everyone. Yeah, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm headed to work. Running late today. Slept late, and it's got me thrown all off. But anyway, I'll get over that. I watched a video. I've tried watching this thing 3 times, but I finally watched the whole thing all the way through today. It's by the Y Files. And this is a YouTube channel that takes a look at conspiracy theories and all kinds of things that he looks into and researches pretty well. But this one was about, it's titled, I forget. It's about Plum Island, which I had never heard of Plum Island until this video. And Plum Island is an island up near New York and Massachusetts. It's in the Atlantic Ocean. And it's a United States research facility. Now, nothing nefarious there necessarily, but and there's a lot of traffic this afternoon. Past 2 trucks, that's a lot of traffic. Anyway, back to my story here. Government-run research facility. Now, the story is that it used to be a bioweapons research facility until Nixon, I can't remember the date, but I know it was Nixon signed an order to shut down all bioweapons research in this country. So supposedly they did that. But then again, maybe not. So, but it is the thing that got me once I got in and got to watching this, and it starts out talking about these strange creatures, and maybe you've seen it on the TV, that showed up fairly recently on the shores, different areas around New York. And of course, nobody's owned up to where they came from, but nobody can identify them. One of them's called the Montauk Monster. But that might help you to remember, but you can go look all that up. It was found in Montauk, New York, which is right there around New York City. So, but the thing that got me, and he got away from those creatures pretty quick because there's just not much information there, is that we all know about Operation Paperclip. If you don't, go look it up. It's where the United States, after World War II, went and rounded up as many German scientists as they could that worked on different Nazi projects, and put them to work for us. Just forgot about all their war crimes and put them in labs and wherever, got them started doing research for the United States. Well, one of the things that they were researching is using ticks. You know, ticks, the little bitty critters that bite and make you itch like crazy where they bite you, and also spread Lyme disease and many other things. And And there's another one, and dang it, I can't remember. A coworker of mine has it, and you get a tick bite, and this comes from just the regular old deer tick. But some people develop an allergy to red meat from it. But he comes out and says that they were doing research to use ticks as a bioweapon. And these ticks the Lone Star tick, which is the one where you get Lyme disease, there tends to be the carrier for Lyme disease anyway. It was mainly a southeastern thing. You need to go watch the video because I'm screwing all this information up and I know it. So just go find the Y files. WHY. And it's the latest video they put out. But these ticks that, I believe it was the ones that had been infected with this disease that causes a allergic reaction to meat in humans. This facility had released hundreds of thousands of these ticks. They let them loose. So, okay, I'm about to run out of time here on this, so we'll try to speed it up a little bit. But, and the increase of this disease and Lyme disease, he also goes into the origins of Lyme disease, that the first recorded cases were in Lyme, Kentucky, but not Kentucky, Connecticut. Wow, big difference there. Connecticut. And so that's why it's named Lyme disease. But there's actual evidence that it goes back, way back beyond that. But that was the first recorded cases in the United States. Notice I said recorded. And all of this, and this place in Connecticut's not too awful far from this Plum Island where we're doing this research. Okay, so go watch the video. It's good. It should scare you and piss you off. Pardon my language there, but you know. But anyway, Plum Island is scheduled to be closed at the end of this year. But whatever they're doing is not going to stop. All of that stuff that they're working on is going to a research facility somewhere in Kansas. Think about that for a minute. And AJ on the Y Files, that's the post name, he's got a lot more information on all this, except for the bio research facility in Kansas. But it was crazy. And he even talks about the number of CDC disease leaks in Atlanta. That there is just not that secure of a facility. But okay, well, maybe I got more time than I thought. But anyhow, this is crazy. And And if you can watch this video and still trust our government and all of these alphabet agencies. He also goes into the swine flu in Cuba. If you don't know about that, look that up too. That's interesting. And I learned some new information that I didn't know on that. The story is that in order to overthrow Castro, sometime in the 60s, they sent some ticks that were infected with the swine flu to Cuba to infect their pig population, because evidently pork is a mainstay in the Cuban diet. Well, they had to kill, and it's an island, so it spread pretty fast. It did what it was supposed to, and the Cubans had to kill every pig on the island to stop the spread. That's the official story. Well, of course, Castro and the Cubans accused the CIA in the United States. And I had not heard, I'd heard that we had been accused of this, but I hadn't heard that the infection is spread by ticks. So that's pretty interesting, I thought. But go check all this out. The Y-Files, and you can just Google Cuba swine flu and probably find whatever you want on that. But man, he also goes through a bunch of other things the government's done, like giving black men in Tuskegee, Alabama, syphilis to see how black people would react to syphilis. I mean, in the name of science. I don't know, it just kind of makes me think that maybe our government, and especially the CIA and some of these other governmental alphabet agencies, are now looking out for us. There's tons of things that they've done over the years. Excuse me. But like I said, if this video doesn't educate you a little bit and make you angry, then we're in more trouble than I thought. Please, if you're seeing this video and you watched it this far, give me a thumbs up or a comment or something letting me know that you've seen it. And I definitely would like feedback on it. But YouTube is just not putting my last two videos out there. I mean, I got 53 impressions, and I don't exactly know what an impression is supposed to represent, but I think that's how many people they see it, because then they have the impression click-through rate, which that is how many people clicked through and watched it. So, but gotta fly. Anyway, let me know what you think. Just, I don't even care if you give me a thumbs down on it, just as long as you let me know somehow that you saw it. Because this is crazy stuff. Everybody needs to know about this. And don't fly. Everybody needs to be aware of what our government has done. Whether they're doing it still or not, we won't know. Just because they don't want us to know. Okay, I'm almost at work, so I'm gonna shut this down. Let's look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. Let's not forget to pray. So, man, we need a lot of that. Catch you later.